And welcome to the Format with your boy Matt Jackson with Joe Cool, and we're about to do a review on a very old Halloween Havoc 1990s. We're gonna talk about what we just watched. We just finished watching Halloween Havoc 1990. It was really, I mean, it was okay. It was okay. But here's Joe Cool, and we're gonna get this going.
Welcome back to the Format High as Fuck Edition podcasts. Yeah. So we're sitting here, and we turn on this 1990 Halloween Havoc because it had as its main event Sid Vicious and Sting as the description. So that sounded cool, and we started the match or the show, and we had our three broadcast team colleagues come out, and they were all dressed as different things. We had JR dressed as a mafia guy, like in a mobster full like fedora and suit thing. Like, it was crazy.
Let's point out that they're not in 1991 though. We're watching 91, and they are not dressed up for this one.
No, they're not.
Anyway,
Oh shit! It's Bischoff.
And then there's Bischoff in this one, 91.
All right, in the next one, in 91. Yeah. Anyway, we had JR as mafia guy. Paul Heyman was dressed as a vampire with a cape and everything.
I thought that was just fitting for him because he likes to blood suck his talent.
Oh, and
he likes to suck his talent dry.
Paulie Dangerously, man, he was one hell of a guy.
He was a blood sucker.
And then we had Tony Schiavone from dressed as the guy from the Phantom of the Opera.
Which I thought Tony Schiavone's outfit was pretty cool.
Yeah. So then we start. I mean, that was interesting. You know, they had their little opening and introduction into the Halloween Havoc 90.
And I thought it was pretty cool that they were actually dressed up for that one. But now that you're watching 91, there's nobody's dressed up. But then there's Diamond Dallas Page. But anyway, so we had that, and the first match in, Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich tagging up, which was pretty weird. But they were going up against Jim Cornette's favorite tag team, and he managed them, the Midnight Express, Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane. And I mean, whatever.
It was a snooze.
It was a snooze. I didn't really care.
But
I cared about Ricky Morton, but
was it Midnight Express that were triumphant, or was it Ricky Morton?
Ricky Morton actually won. Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich won. Yeah, and I know Jim Cornette did not like that night because I be listening to his podcast. He loves his Midnight Express.
It was very upset.
It was a great. It was good for this time period, 1990s or whatever. You know, this is wrestling. This is classic wrestling. This is what it was supposed to be. So the next thing after that was like, we had Tony Schiavone interview Sting. The interview's going. And then Black Scorpion comes out, and he distracts Sting, and he grabs this chick, and he just runs off with her, and the next thing you know, he's over at this, like, magic tent box thing, and he, like, takes her, puts it there, and they pull the thing up, boom, disappears, and boom, he disappears. And then he's over here behind Sting.
Yeah, they, like, time traveled.
They time traveled a little bit on that one. I don't know how Jim Cornette felt about that one, because now he hates that shit, because, I mean, it's happened before. He said nothing about the past, but he talks about what happens now. But I don't get that. But that was a good segment. Actually, I got intrigued on that.
It was interesting.
I got intrigued on that. Like, this is the 1990s. I'm 2 years old. You know, I'm 2 years old at this point in time, and there's no way in hell I would ever remember this. I'm 2 years old. Right. But if I was age appropriate, not age appropriate, but age to where I could remember, that was what really got me.
Yeah.
Sting coming out to interview, and this Black Scorpion guy comes out. And for weeks before that, because I watched the shows before that, where the Black Scorpion came on and did his little thing, and it led up to that pay-per-view or whatnot. So it was really cool how that happened. But anyway, then we had Renegade Warriors It was Chris and Mark Youngblood versus the Fabulous Freebirds.
And I called the Freebirds, and the Freebirds won.
Yeah, like I said, if I was an age where I would remember it, I would be going for the Renegade Warriors. I mean, just straight up.
That was a pretty snooze match, too.
Yeah, that was another snoozer. We had Nasty Boys United States Tag Team titles, which was an odd.
That was interesting to find
odd.
out. We just realized that there was a U.S. Tag Team title that was never a.
I see it on the game all the time, but I'm always like, did that really happen? Is that a real thing? And it's a real thing.
And now back then there was U.S. Tag Team titles and the World Championship. Now there's only the World Tag Team titles.
Yeah, and this was the Nasty Boys versus the Steiner Brothers, which was a good match. This is probably the match I said that literally would draw me in as a match, like for a match per se. Like that's what drew me in. The Nasty Boys, always loved them anyway. As we're talking about the Steiner Brothers, they're coming out in the first match of 91. But that was a good match though. I liked that match. That was just one move that Scott Steiner did to one of the Nasty Boys. It was Sags. He hit Sags with that Frankensteiner and hit him on. Nailed him on the head.
Nasty.
Like it was a nasty move.
We thought it was like it looked like a botch, but it could have been planned that way. But it
looked like it was
rough
for me. It was like a go home moment for me. Just like shit, nailed me with this. Let's go, man. I'm done. Pin me, pay me. Next match, Ric Flair and Arn Anderson versus Doom, which is Ron Simmons and Butch Reed, which I'm a big Doom fan. I love Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. As I got older, of course, I found out about them and I liked them. But as long as Doom won this, but obviously this was a count out. Straight up count out match. Nothing went on with that. It was a count out. So I was kind of mad about that one. I didn't like it. So
Ron Simmons.
There was a lot of big moments in that match. But I don't know. It was a count out.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
that really ended. That was it.
It was a long match.
Yeah.
A long match for a count out. That's what it was. It was a long match for a count out. And I just didn't. That's what didn't sit well with me. We had Stan Hansen versus Lex Luger. And, I know both these guys. And this is for the United States Championship. The last match for the tag team title, I didn't like it being a count out. But this United States title match, Stan Hansen and Lex Luger, I mean...
Let's be real. You didn't like that match with Rick and Arn and Doom because Rick and Arn won. That was that was really why you didn't like the match. It wasn't a very good match, but it was better than what you gave it credit for.
I mean, yeah, it was a count out in the end, so no one won. So, but Stan Hansen, Lex Luger, that was oh my god, holy shit! I can't believe they let Stan Hansen beat Lex Luger.
Crazy. The end of that match was insane.
Yeah, they let him beat Lex Luger for the United States Championship, which was pretty wild. Good match. That was a good match. This match, I would say this whole pay-per-view
overall pay-per-view
is not that great. It's not that great. It's not good at all.
There's 8 matches, and it looks like about 4 or 5 I can say.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches.
6 matches, and no.
Some good segments in between. But...
No, well, this is where it started getting good. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I guess so.
Overall, 4 matches out of 6 were good. So if you think about it in terms of star level, it's probably like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, but still, I just think this is one of their less good ones.
Or a 3.5 out of 5.
Because they had to bank on Sting and Sid Vicious in the main event of this one. So, this whole pay-per-view, literally, if you look at the match card as I'm getting it written down, looking at it, it's banking on Sting and Vicious.
There's been quite a few
Who the fuck
recent.
looks this not thinking they're banking on Sting and Vicious?
That's right. But you know what? For the most part, recently, most of the pay-per-views I've seen have looked like that too. Like you're banking on one major match.
Yeah.
For the whole pay-per-view. That's how they have been since we were kids.
Yeah, just this one is it's something about the way this one was all set up and done that's got me thinking like this. I mean, it's weird.
Now we've got...
I mean, not for the time period, it's not weird. But it's Sting and Vicious now. And this match was a pretty good match. I really liked it because I like Psycho Sid. I like Sting.
See, I never really liked Sid. I did like Sting, but
I mean, we had the switcheroo. We had this fake Sting come in, and
that was a crazy
match. With no ducktail on his hair, no little whatever you call that thing, rat tail. So I don't know.
Imposter Sting.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that one.
Now we've got this new
Sting and Psycho Sid.
Halloween Havoc 91. Which is the original one Matt wanted to watch, and I was confused, thinking we were supposed to be watching 90. But, we got this Cage of Doom match or something.
Yeah, that's definitely what's going on.
Yeah?
Cage of Doom.
And then there's like an electric chair in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
A wrought iron fence cage around the outside, and it's like a Hell in the Cell because it's bigger than the ring, but it's not that big.
Well, this is the first match, too.
Yeah.
This is 91. This is literally next year. Oh,
Halloween Havoc 91. We got Cactus Jack and Sting.
He drops it on his head. Picks it.
Steiner's. What the fuck?
They got these mad doctors coming out.
Craziness. Insanity. Who are they being controlled by?
I don't know. It's the Crazy Doom. It's like this big ass cage.
Yeah, they're gonna kill the Fabulous Muda in the electric chair, aren't they? That's what they did. Remember?
I don't know. That's Tony Inoki right there. Yeah, 91 was the year that that's the one I wanted to go with. Yeah.
Back when we all thought this shit was real.
Yeah, I mean it was more real than now. This was way more real. Was this 1991? I mean, this is 91 right here.
People thought they were actually shocking the Muda.
They electrocute Abdullah Butcher. Not Muda.
The Butcher.
Abdullah, yeah. Abdullah the Butcher, yeah. Look at Cactus Jack bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah, Cactus Jack.
Now look at Rick Steiner's tights. He's got like this Halloween
Rick
theme.
Steiner and Scott Hall.
See, he's got the Halloween theme on his tights.
Some big Asian guy.
Really cool. That's a Tony Inoki. Tony Inoki, yeah. Legend.
Oh. We got Cactus Jack and Sting climbing the ladder.
Cage,
not the ladder. Oops. He's gonna throw him through something.
But this is like Cactus Jack. He's got the leopard print tights on. Sting's Surfer Sting.
Yeah.
So it's really odd.
It is weird. It's like...
Is that Scott Hall too? Who's that guy?
That is Scott Hall. I have no idea who the guy in the Gimp mask is.
I don't know who that guy is.
That's a Gimp mask, dude. What the fuck?
I don't know who that is. Some guy in a black mask. Who's that? Dominator 1, Dominator 2.
If you're not familiar with this podcast, this is the Formatt High as Fuck Edition podcast. We review pay-per-views. Earlier in this video, about 14 minutes ago, we were reviewing the 90 Halloween Havoc. Now we're just talking about a pay-per-view, Halloween Havoc 91, which the finish of this podcast may have to be...
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
the two in together, yeah. I like old Rick Steiner's tights. Halloween themed. He's got little witches on them, and
so we might have to lengthen The edit.
Yeah, I got it set at 20. We at 15. We good right now. But
We got Scott Hall, Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner.
Tony Inoue, Vader.
Tony Inoue, Vader.
I got the electric
chair with an actual electrical switch.
Which is pretty insane. This is 1991. Taking you back in time.
This match is trying to kill somebody.
Yeah. Like this referee angle. Look, they got the referees with the fucking cameras on their head. It's fucking crazy.
Referee.
Yeah, the referee. The referee eye on the head.
That's such a weird thing, too.
Yeah, because it was the only place we had that. It was WCW. It was during this time period they had the referee eye. Because I love this Halloween Havoc here. I mean, they start the whole show off with this big cage and everything, and I just really dug it.
The main event is like at the beginning of the game.
I'm probably like 3.
Yeah.
But I mean, I watched it way later afterward, of course. But
yeah, so we were 3 years old at this point.
Yeah. 3 when it was coming out. I don't think I started remembering stuff till like 94, 95. Shit like that. Yeah.
I don't even know if I remember anything from that early.
Because it depends on what's going on. As long as Undertaker's in the spot, or the black and white Sting is going on.
Yeah.
I remember all that. Maybe not all of it, but I remember what I seen.
92, 93, yeah.
If I see a clip of something from that time period, I'm like, oh, I saw that on TV. I can remember.
Yeah.
So, or pay-per-view, because we were talking about on WrestleMania 18, we were talking about like WrestleMania that means a lot to me. Now, the first one I ever seen live was the WrestleMania that John Cena won the United States Championship from Big Show. That was the first one I saw live. Like,
in there, in person.
Yeah, in person. The flesh. Yeah, like on TV. Like, the first one we ordered was that one. And ever since then, I've tried to get them. But, that was that. I think it was like WrestleMania 20 or something. I don't remember. I can't remember what WrestleMania it was, but I know it was John Cena. He beat Big Show. He hit him with the nuts or the chain. Knocked him into the ropes. Hit him with the AA. It was a great movement. But this match is pretty crazy.
Cactus Jack just turned the electric chair on. Of course he would have turned it on. That masochist. He probably wants to sit on it.
Yeah. And get electrocuted himself. Who knows?
He's a sicko. Now, I love Cactus Jack. He's probably one of my favorite characters. Mick Foley is a god. Like the god of hardcore wrestling and really a god of all wrestling. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's really good.
And then Santa Claus and all his charitable shit. Like, he's a great person and he's intense and he's just amazing.
Yeah, you go and see him as Santa Claus and then go back and watch the hardcore matches. You're like, it's the same person.
And it's children's books and have a nice day. Like, all that stuff. Like, he's just...
The Sacco and Dude Love, Mankind, different versions.
This is a crazy match, and it's hard to call because it's just all over the place, and I can't even determine who all is actually in the match.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in this match right now.
Oh, what about, what's his name? The big old guy.
That's Tony Inoue. No, that's Elegante.
Not the big old Asian guy.
That's Elegante. I've been saying it was somebody else the whole time. I've been saying it was Tony Inoue.
Oh, they're ready. They got Rick Steiner in there.
At least I called
in the electric chair. And
he's like, nope, it's going to happen now. Watch. I'm doodling the Berkshire right now. They gonna lock them in.
Is that
All of
sexual
these
chocolate?
No, all these